Hey everybody, welcome to the community and congratulations, the money bell is coming out.
Pew, pew,
Congratulations,
pew, pew,
Miss
pew.
Warren.
Appreciate it.
She
Appreciate it.
purchased her business. I remember her coming to the class, asking all these questions, and I don't know if she was unsure about it or she didn't know what she was going to think about it or how she was going to do it. And she came across something, and she was like, she kept asking questions, but I kind of remember her talking about the specific business, and then she just kept asking. I was like, "Are you still talking about this same business?" She said, "Yeah, I think I'm gonna do it. I think I'm gonna do it." And I was like, all right, let's hop on it. So let's hear a little bit about like your experience or like your general overview of how you went through the process.
So, just to start off, I started with your classes. So, the first thing I did was I front loaded on the business acquisition classes, all the ones that you have highlighted. I think now you got a star next to them, so that's paramount. You gotta get the information, get the knowledge. And I just began looking for different opportunities. I had an idea of what I wanted to, look for, but I was trying to again go, you know, flow with an open mind about it. Saw opportunity that looked good to me, but I needed some second eyes on it, so I brought it to one of our sessions. You looked over it, and I think you said something like, "I'll give you 30 days."
Yeah, I
And
remember that. I said, man, I said, wow, this looked like a good deal. I'll give you 30 days. If you don't buy this in 30 days, I'm going to scoop this up. But I sometimes say that because some deals look really good, right? But I
Mhm.
can't I don't want to hype people up. I don't like to like, yeah, you better get on this. You know what I mean? I'll give you inspiration, but I will never really tell you, yo, you got to go do this now type stuff. I'll just say, yeah, man, from my perspective, this is a deal. You need to be on this. It checks every box. It's look good from a financial standpoint. It has the longevity. It has everything you need. So you need to hop on it. And I said, yo, I give you 30 days. And then I guess when I said that, you
It
was like,
lit some
okay,
fire.
yeah.
Yeah, that lit the fire. I was like, okay, well, maybe I need to, focus on this one. And that's what I did. I requested the information, all the financials, went through that review. I even brought that back to you, I think, on another call, a separate call.
Hmm.
So, went through that process of checking the financials and then starting with the SBA process. Um, and everything was going great. I put down the escrow and was prepared for the down payment and was in the loan processing
Yeah,
with the
in the
SBA.
like due diligence phase.
Correct, correct,
Okay.
correct. And I kept getting, I don't want to say kickbacks in underwriting, but it wasn't a smooth process.
Yeah.
It wasn't a smooth process. I thought I was good for my end. Credit score was good. I had the down payment. Everything was good as far as, what I thought I needed to have going in, but there were a lot of kickbacks. And so I think with this particular seller, they really wanted to get out of the deal. They wanted to exit the deal. They were a little nervous about SBA. So they actually approached me about doing a 100% seller finance deal.
Okay.
So when they
So
did that,
yeah.
yeah, I kind of was like, what? Wait a minute, wait, okay, let me figure out how to make that work. Because usually that's a larger down payment. You have to structure the deal a little differently, and I just wasn't prepared for that initially.
Yeah.
But we were able to negotiate a deal that worked, and they wanted to move forward. The interesting thing was, though, that they elected to keep the brokerage in place. I
Yeah.
think that, they were kind of using that as their quality checkpoint with legal and just, making sure everything was okay and they weren't getting screwed in a deal. So, they still have to pay the brokerage fee during closing, but yeah, we closed this Tuesday, and I'm the new owner of a construction company out of Orlando.
Yes, nice, nice, nice. Okay, so before you started, how nervous was you? I always ask people this. When you first started, how nervous was you about the process? 1 through 10, 10 being the most nervous you can ever be, one being that I do this all day.
1 to 10, I was definitely an eight. I
Yeah,
was definitely an eight. Yeah, there was a lot of discomfort around the things that I knew that I did not know.
yeah.
And so when you do something for the first time, every time you do something for the first time, you run into things that you haven't seen before. So I just didn't want to get screwed. I didn't want to lose a lot of money. I just this could be an expensive mistake, if you're not doing it correctly. And so it made me nervous. And so when I ran across you, I was like, okay, that's exactly what I want to do. That's exactly the information I need, and it was a perfect fit.
And now after you've done it, what's the likelihood of you to do it again, if any? And or how easy would you think the process will be now?
I'm trying to roll up another business
Hey
before the
man,
year's
let's
out.
hey y'all need to chill out with that. It's kind of
Before
funny.
yeah,
It's funny
before
how that works.
2025 is
It,
out, I'm trying to
it's
roll up
it's
another
funny how
business.
that works. Man, I don't know.
That's what's up.
There's uncertainty. There's uncertainty. I'm not sure. I don't know what's going on. And then as soon as, you know, people get to going, they own it and they're like, man, I got this. This ain't hard at all, man. I got it. And so I always like to throw that out there and tell people, man, you got to just do it. Some things in life, you just got to go through it. And once you've done it once, then you realize this stuff is really not that bad. So, um, yeah, you just gotta, do it. So I always like people to, I always like to throw that out there. So,
Yeah, you got to do it. The broker actually sent me another deal for another roofing company in the state of Florida. So
okay. So when you say seller finance 100%, that means you gave them the down payment versus you gave them the down payment and they just financed the whole thing.
that's correct. Yep.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
Yep.
which is a whole lot better too. So now they might have ran your credit, but it's not gonna stay on your credit long. And you can get that removed. And if you wanted to go through the SBA again, you can already go through that process again. So no harm, no foul. You can almost pop off something whenever you get a down payment again. You can almost pop something off in 2, 3, 4 months from now or whenever.
Yeah. When the numbers look right, when I feel a certain amount of, stableness with the transition into this new business. Yeah. So like I said, hopefully before the year is out,
Yeah,
close to the end of the year, I hope to roll up another business.
yeah, hell yeah, that's what I'm talking about. All right, so let's give everybody like some piece of like your major takeaway from the whole process. Like, um,
Major takeaway is make sure that you have your if you need business funding, you got to have that squared away up front. Like you can't do it in parallel or be working both at the same time because what's going to end up happening is if you find a deal and you're ready to move forward on that deal and they need to see the down payment or whatever, you need to have that already there seasoned usually in your account for 2 months. So first things first, get your credit together, get your funding together, make sure you have that money there available. And if it looks good, check it once, check it twice, get a second opinion if you need to, and bust the move. Like,
and
do it.
what was your beginning to what is your inception to completion process? How long did it take you from when you found the deal to when you popped it? First of all, let's do this. How long you been in the community?
I started in January.
So January and it's June now. 6
Mm-hmm.
months has a cash flow producing asset that's producing her income. And for those who know, if you want to go watch an old video, you can see the numbers on it. It's doing decent. So 6 months in the community. How long ago did you find the deal till you closed?
I found the deal mid-February.
Yeah, mid-February and to June.
Mm-hmm.
So 4 months from beginning to end, right? That's with
Yeah.
talking with the brokers, talking with the owners, doing due diligence. and then getting everything, trying to get approved through the SBA, through the 7A process, going underwriting, going through the underwriters.
Yep, the underwriter, the kickback, all the things that underwriters like to do.
Yeah,
And then the sellers, again, approaching me about a seller finance deal and us going back and forth negotiating that, getting it approved, and getting a new date for closing.
yeah, hell yeah. That's what I'm talking about. Okay, so yeah, so that's pretty much it. I didn't want anything, just making sure that, I hope you had a great experience. And I'm glad I can help you, take that first major step. Now that you have that one under the wraps, I recommend you go back and watch the 10-year challenge video, because now once you get one, it's downhill from there, right? You get one, save up the money, save up the cash flow, invest the difference, buy another one, and just keep rinse and repeat the process. And before you know it, you have three, four, five of these, especially if you're looking in similar industries and try to expand the one you have. Let's say you have this company, you want to get another one that's in like Polk County or, no, Jacksonville or something like that. And, all that kind of stuff like that. So let's expand
That's the
and grow a little
plan.
bit. Let's get it going. I appreciate you for being here, and I appreciate you taking your time out to talk. And I'm happy for you. And let's move forward. And congratulations on this, and wish you the best in your future.
Thank you. Thank you.